Today, we are discussing financial identity, who we say we are with money. Welcome to The Distracted Dollar, the podcast where we talk about money through the lens of ADHD, real life, and real struggles. I'm Vanessa, your ADHD money coach, and we're here to move from chaos to control. Stop telling yourself, I'm bad with money. That's not a fact. That's a financial identity you inherited. And if you have ADHD, you've probably been carrying this identity like a heavy backpack for years. Every time you see a late fee, every time you lose track of a bill, that backpack gets a little heavier. You start to believe the story that you're fundamentally broken when it comes to finances. I want you to know something right now. You're not broken. You've just been trying to follow a financial playbook that was never written for your brain. Our ADHD brains process money differently. We're wired for immediacy, for emotional connection, for chasing that dopamine hit. The traditional systems of budgeting and long-term planning, they're built on the foundation of linear thinking and consistent focus that often feels impossible for us. This isn't an excuse, it's an explanation. And that's the key to unlocking a completely different relationship with your money. Today, we're not going to talk about another budgeting app or a complicated spreadsheet. We're going to talk about rebuilding your financial identity from the ground up. We're going to replace that story of being bad with money with a new story, one that actually fits who you are. So, what exactly is financial identity? It's the collection of unconscious beliefs, stories, and rules you have about money. It's the automatic pilot that runs in the background of your mind every time you make a financial decision. For many of us with ADHD, this identity was formed early. Maybe you grew up hearing that money doesn't grow on trees or we can't afford that. Maybe you internalize the shame of impulsive purchases or the frustration of forgotten bills. Over time, these experiences cement into a core belief. I am irresponsible. I am a financial mess. The problem with this identity is that it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. When you believe you're bad with money, you avoid looking at your bank account. You feel too much shame to open up that credit card statement. You give up before you even start because the identity tells you that failure is This is where ADHD amplifies the struggle. Our brains are highly sensitive to negative emotional states like shame or overwhelm. So when financial identity is tied to those feelings, we develop a powerful aversion to anything money related. It's not laziness, it's a productive mechanism. Your brain is trying to shield you from pain, but the identity itself is the source of pain. It's a feedback loop of shame, avoidance, and then more shame, and then more avoidance. And it leads to real consequences. The first step to breaking the cycle is to see what the identity for what it is, a story, not a life sentence. To change the story, first you have to know what the current script says. Your limiting money beliefs are the specific lines in that script. They're the automatic thoughts that pop up. They often sound like absolute truths, but they're just opinions that feel real because you've repeated them for so long. Common ones that I hear is, I'll never be good with money. There's never enough. Money is too complicated for me to understand. I don't deserve to be wealthy. And for the ADHD brain, these beliefs often get tangled up with your symptoms. Your time blindness might create the belief, I'm incapable of planning for the future. Your rejection, sensitivity, dysphoria might whisper, if I ask for a raise, they'll think I'm greedy and fire me. Your impulsivity might lead to the belief, I have no self-control, so I shouldn't even try. I want you to do something right now. Grab a notebook or open up a notes app. I'll wait. I want you to write down the top 3 money beliefs that run through your head. Don't judge them. Don't try to fix them. Just observe them and write them down. Seeing them on paper outside of your head is the first act of taking your power back. It transforms them from your haunting ghost in your mind into a simple sentence that you can actually work with. This isn't about blaming yourself, it's about gathering data. You are the researcher studying your own brain. What are the stories it keeps telling? Now it comes to the fun part. We get to be the author. We get to tear up that old script and write a new one. This isn't about positive affirmations that you don't believe. This is about crafting an identity based on the person you are choosing to become. Look at the limiting beliefs you just wrote down. For each one, I want you to write a new empowered belief right next to it. The key is to make it believable and action oriented. If your old belief is, I'm bad with money, your new identity isn't, I'm a financial genius, that's too big of a leap and your brain will reject it. Instead, try something like, I am a person who is learning to manage money with compassion, or I am building systems that work for my ADHD brain. See the difference? It's specific, it's process oriented, and most importantly, it's kind. Your new identity should focus on the action and the journey, not just the destination. Another powerful technique is to connect your new money story with your core values. Why do you want to do this? Is it for peace of mind, for freedom, for the ability to help your family? When your financial identity is aligned with your deepest values, it has a power that sheer willpower can never match. It becomes less about the restriction and more about the creation. You're not giving up spending, you're choosing freedom. This shift in language is everything. It changes the emotional charge from negative to positive. And for our dopamine seeking brains, that positive charge is the fuel that makes the new identity stick. Changing your financial identity isn't one time event, it's a practice. It's showing up every day and consciously choosing the new story, especially when the old one tries to creep back in. There will be days you slip up. You'll make an impulse buy or forget a payment. On those days, your job is not to fall back into the old identity of shame. Your job is to practice the reframe, to say, this was a mistake, not a definition. I am still a person who is learning. This work is the foundation. Before any budget, before any investment strategy, you need a solid identity because the budget imposed on a shaky identity will always crumble. The system built on a foundation of I am capable has the chance to thrive. Your ADHD brain is not a liability in this process. Your ability to hyperfocus can help you deep dive into understanding your values. Your creativity can help you design systems that are visual, engaging, and actually fun. You have everything you need to rewrite the story. It starts with a decision that the old one no longer serves you. It starts with choosing to believe that you are not your past mistakes. You are the author of your next chapter. So take a deep breath. You got this. Until next time, from chaos to control.